Well, Aaron and I went out to dinner, obviously, last night at Red Robin, but there was actually a raid nearby at the Mac station, so we tried to get ourselves a Venusaur, but for some reason things seem fucked up about raids. Morning. It's 8:45, and I feel not necessarily anxiety, but I feel a little stressed because I'm doing the Battleground weekly. The thing is, I thought, hey, let's do this funny, and I'm thinking like Alliance is just gonna lose, and then all of a sudden like we won, and I was like, well, let's try the next one, and then we won, and now I'm at like 2 of 4, and I'm like, I can do this, and then the last 3 I've lost. We've lost. Why are you still back at the? Oh, you're dead. So yeah, I'm heading out to later a flag football Rose City gay flag. Yeah. Anyways, so that's gonna be at 10:30 today, and it's gonna be about an hour to get out there, so I'll be leaving at 9:30 to see how everything goes. I gotta make sure I get stretched and stuff, because like I said, it's an hour drive out there, and then I gotta make sure that I'm dressed nice, because this is a gay flag football thing, and unlike all the guys on the Cobras, if I show up, I mean, it's probably not gonna be that way, but there's always that little thing you gotta like, are they gonna judge? Because it is fashion, and it is, gay things, but whatever. They probably won't, because they're like adults and not little Twinkie boys that are from Connecticut. Oh, that was a lot of shade. Phone, why'd you vibrate? Alright, I'm heading out now. It is 9:45. I have to pull out the phone and get directions there, because it's just to see where the traffic's all screwed up right now. Most of it is freeways out there. I know where to go. I just don't necessarily know what freeway to get, or what exit to get off of. I'm just keeping y'all abreast. Aaron has not woken up yet. It is 9:45. I told him to steam up the apartment with his hot showers before it gets hot in the apartment. It is currently, trying to get it down to 72 in the car. It is currently 81 outside at 9:45 in the morning. Just letting y'all know. Gonna get the camera back on the charger, and I will see how things are going. All right, so I'm down here. Comment on YouTube. Someone's like, what position do you play? I didn't hear. Well, it's on the video where I never actually said what position I play. Backlit. So, just to give you guys an idea, I'm in a pretty ritzy neighborhood, and I feel a little awkward. I have to piddle. And I don't see any place. It is an open field. Got a great view though. Long time viewers. Where are we at? Am I looking at them correctly? Huh. Alright. That hill. Yeah, there they are. Those towers are the typical TV towers of Portland. Basically, and then anybody who's watched when we go to the 4T trail, that's the tower on top of that. Well, maybe the one next to it on the far right. But for any of you who've seen me downtown, there's wiggly. There's the US Bank Tower. I'm really trying to hold my hand still. I was zoomed in like way far. So yeah, it's like I gotta be here at like 10:30. It's 10:24. Someone just pulled up right behind me, right on my ass. Hey, I don't know. Hopefully I look good. I look snazzy. Don't look like a poor athletic bum. I'm snazzy jazzy. I will chat with you guys. Why do I have a Facebook Messenger? Oh, someone from linebacker of the Essendia Cardinals. Lives in Essen. Anyways, I gotta get all this stuff going. The car has restarted itself because I've been running the AC the entire time here. So it's like, my battery's gonna die. Probably I'm gonna leave the camera in the car so that it doesn't overheat in the sun. Oh, it is hot in this car. Holy crap, it is hot in this car. Oh my God, it is. But it is now noon.
So about an hour and a half, but there was a lot of throwing the football around at the beginning and talking, because like only two of those guys have met before. There were 5 of us here, so if anything, that's actually enough to field the Portland football 5-man team, but you kind of would want more in case someone gets injured. Injured in the way of, and that league, Portland football is the straight league. There is a lot of conversation topics, and the way stuff was said about conversations that I just do not get to say. I do not get to talk about. With pit bulls, with the ballers, with the cobras. They're just, I mean, I can with Willie, but you know, it gets a little awkward. I mean, you don't want to dominate the conversation of stuff like that. I mean, I could tell Willie that the naked bike ride's coming up, but we wouldn't like talk for hours, or not, we weren't even talking for hours because it's noon. So we threw the ball around for a little bit. Sorry about the noise. I'm trying to cool the car off. And the outside temperature is 97. No, car, you're lying. So they wanted to get together at least for a summer league, which is through the Portland football, but they actually want to strike up like a whole gay league here in Portland. If anything, you have a Pacific Northwest League. Kind of strange, because you may not be able to get that many teams through Portland, but you might be able to with Portland, Seattle area. So I told them, you know, maybe at least for this summer, if you want, hit up the guys from the Lumberjacks. I mean, I'm still game for it. I'm good to go, but because they're on Sundays. So after my, so the game I go back to on the 8th, I'll just basically go and we'll have the first game with this team for the thing. Now that I realize it, that's in like 2 weeks. We're literally halfway through my suspension right now, as I think of as Saturday. So it's like the Nighthawks is this weekend, the next weekend's a bye, and then it's the Outlaws. And so I'm trying to cool my phone off by a lot. I want to chat with Willie about everything, but I need to drive home. My phone is so warm right now, but I need to go coast down this hill. I need to get here. Okay, Google, get me home. Here we are. I have like no cell signal up here. But yeah, so I am quasi-excited. I'm excited because I get to be around gay guys, and it's very strange. I basically, for the first part, got the idea of like listening to the fact that this is like national gay flag football. Like they want to get a Portland chapter that would then go to like nationals. And I didn't catch all their names. So anyways, I'm gonna see you guys at home because I want to drive home, because that'll help not kill the gas mileage on this car. So, ooh, there we are. Screen wasn't fully flipped around. So I was looking at myself in like this weird like half negative, and the screen was almost turning itself upside down. I could show you, but I have to record on my phone. It's always awkward when I have to do that. Yeah, when it hits, because when the screen's vertical and when it tilts back 60 degrees, the image on the screen flips. So you could view it from the other side, but even at 60 degrees, you're still like, hello? Because like, I can see it right now being fully upside down. But I'm like, hello. Aaron's got that, we're gonna go get a bite to eat because sitting around the Toyota dealership is boring. They got free coffee, and you can keep getting free coffee, or you can pay it up and get a big coffee. But their food is very, very, very bland. It's literally cafeteria food. It's pricey for what it is. Like they'll give you like, I'm not sure how many people understand this one, but you know, grandma's cookies. Yeah. They come 2 in a package. They're like $2, $2 or $3. Yeah, but that's like, they're priced for a vending machine. There we are. So we're gonna go get some to eat. I'm not sure where. I'm not sure what. No, I don't want to sit down. We have an hour. Oh. Let alone in the middle of the day when it's hot, at lunchtime or post lunchtime. Yeah, people are probably out doing their things and barbecuing. It could be just like Red Robin last night where there was just nobody, and I am horribly backlit. I wasn't even looking at the camera, and it was just like, there's... Who put Willie in front of the camera? But it's probably more or less this screen that showed it. But I may have gotten a bit sunburned. It'll develop later. We'll know then if it like turns red. But I don't think so. I mean, the SPF 8 does pretty well for me overall. I wasn't like horribly sweating to get it all washed off and stuff, but I can definitely tell that I have that salty stickiness. I mean, obviously, I kind of want to do, i.e., what we akin to like fast food, but like we don't have to do fast food. I just don't want to sit down and get seated and pay a tip, and those restaurants just take too long for what we got. We got 45 minutes now.
Yeah.
We can eat noodles pretty fast, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're at the Toyota dealership.
Errands over there.
I found a charge plug because while we were at Noodles, I was browsing stuff, and because I didn't really fully charge it like on the way home per se. I'm having a conversation. I found a little tiny plug. I'm not sure if it's actually charging my phone or not. Oh, I got cheese in my beard, Jesus, my beard stubble. So I found the group for the gay flag football, Rose City Gay Flag Football, for those of you who aren't in the Portland area and want to join. But this is for like the next spring. Whereas the PortlandFootball.com is just, or Portland football is just the 5-man flag, which I probably need to have Willie go over the rules with. Because I think he's been in. I swear to God, I say one pointed observation about how sad and depressed Jamie has been recently, and he just can't let it go. He just needs to prove that he's not sad, he's not complaining. And I'm like, why, dude? It's been 6 hours. Well, I was being nice, and it didn't really get under my skin. I'm like, it's been 6 hours, and you still had to prove to me that you aren't bitchy. I long forgot about the conversation that happened at like 7 o'clock this morning. Like, if it was underneath my skin, I would have slatted you on Snap and Facebook. I don't know. Some people just gone weird some days, some months, some years. Honestly, ever since he's been in the States, he's gotten like real weird, much more reclusive. And maybe it's the fact that I've gotten much more reclusive. What's the opposite of reclusive? I've gotten much more social about things, so seeing someone who just, like Aaron, sits at home and plays video games and is sad, it just makes me kind of, I don't have to deal with it with Aaron enough. I don't want to deal with Jamie. So anyways, I'm gonna hopefully let this thing charge. Like, I put it on this charger right here, and I've gone down a percent. I'm like, is this because it's not charging my phone really at all? I mean, I'm checking the power thing right now. History. See, I turned it off and it lost a percentage. It's been flatlined ever since. I don't want Aaron to sit here, so I can just leave it on with like, turn my phone off, yada yada. We got baseball. I don't want to do. I don't want to watch baseball. Baseball's boring. Softball's boring. After this, we'd take about an hour and a half, and that'll put us at 2:15, 3:45.
So because of all the dry heat and dust and stuff flying around, I figured I'd use this time as getting the free car wash.
Yeah.
I've been like fishing around in there thinking, oh, I'll get the free one, because we would accumulate them for so long, because I don't get it washed in the winter. Unless it's like fully gross, but it's not fully gross in the winter, so
yeah.
It always weirds me out when someone gets literally so fucking close to the car. I'm like, did you just run into my bumper? But I would have heard something.
Would have felt something.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yay, colors.
See, I don't actually see all the colors that some people, they're like, oh my God,
This actually is all just kind of the same yellowish.
Oh, I see this why.
It's very slightly yellowish.
The slightly yellow that our pee is supposed to be?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't sure that was going to be right. Damn it! Well, at least you're here to pull the window out. I was trying to use one of the hurdles last time to push the window. And it wasn't working because the hurdles bend enough.
Yeah.
See, this is exactly what I was looking for. I wanted just a good scrub of the windshield. That's really why I'm doing this, is to get a scrub of the windshield.
Yeah.
Because I'm in Oregon, I don't have to get out of my car to pump my gas, so We are at 2 blips. Do you think we can make it to Mom's, or should we get gas now?
Oh, we should be good.
Okay, I'm turning on the AC just because I'm starting to sweat here in the car.
Yeah. Enough that we couldn't go over the bump?
Yeah, it's really dumb.
Wow.
It's not that the car's light enough, it's the fact that he doesn't have enough oomph, and the car started like, it veers off to the side for some reason, and then gets stuck. And they say don't, but I have to sometimes. I have to turn it into drive, and
Yeah.
so dumb. Otherwise, there's a car.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so where to?
Not sure.
We're up here in Vancouver. Aaron's looking for a raid because we both have our free raid, daily raid token thing. But the car hit 100 degrees. Not sure how it is. We got backed up on I-5 North, right there at the middle areas, or the where the HOV lane is. It's like the only place, like of all the places that we got backed up, it was the place where the HOV lane was, but the HOV's not active. It's the
Yeah.
Aaron's kind of on the hunt. We're looking for either a raid that's good, which we found one that was a bay leaf, but bay leaf. We're gonna try to find one that's about ready to pop, which is like sub 10 minutes. We've only found one that's like an hour and a half, 30-minute till it hatches and whatnot. I told him, I was like, I'm heading down to 164th, and that's a fairly busy intersection. I know there's a lot of stuff around there, and you should be able to see something.
Yeah, there's another 30-minute egg, 2 intersections.
So just for clarification, the ring around the Pokestops is a weekly bonus for experience. The reason why on my Thursday video, why it happened that way is because because they came up and then they like force reset the week or something. Because that's like when the fire event ended. Mm-hmm. So reset that week, the gyms came back. I didn't realize until Aaron and I saw a Pokestop and we spun it for 250 experience, but the next one without a ring, we got 50 experience. And then I didn't see it the next day, Friday when I went back to the nature park, the path that we had previously walked didn't have
any
rings on it. So I'm like, oh, it's weekly. Well, that's still good. At least it encourages people to get out once a week and give them a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because obviously the people that are walking the nature park every day are going to get a ton of experience. Helps the people that don't get out much. And certainly encourages you to visit other Pokestops. Okay, the AC's being turned back on. So we just got back from dinner at Applebee's with moms. When the puppies are out, the puppies want to talk. Puppies, hi, hi, hi. You are adorable. I don't know where the rest of the dogs are at. Is the other one Mira's dog? The little one that's right there? Sorry, Mira's is the bigger one, right?
The big one.
Yeah, okay. So this is Ike. Oh, now you're...
Hi. It's Rima. Hi. You know me. Hi, guys. Hi.
But yeah, apparently Dad can't chew very much anymore, so Mom got him brisket tacos from Applebee's, because it's basically semi-congealed mush. It sounds gross, but you know, when you're 73,
Sounds gross, but it's delicious.
oh my God, I have to do math real fast. Well, he won't wear his false teeth. But you have to lock the door?
I don't think so unless he locked it while it's on, but I do have my keys with me. Doggy. Yay.
Mom's dog. Oh, air conditioning.
I know, it's like chilly in here almost after being out there. Oh,
Even though your thing says 75.
You're kidding.
Yeah, it says 75.
Oh my word. 75 and I feel like I'm almost freezing in here.
Compared to outside, which is probably
Exactly.
somewhere in the 90s.
Oh wow.
Still at 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I'm surprised because I usually have it about 73, 74.
Yeah, I think it's in the process of cooling right now. Because it's trying to get really hot in here. I should tell Kathy.
Were you in the window and saw me petting other dogs?
Oh my God.
No, I brought home some hot dinner. If you...
Yeah, it probably will be. I mean, come on. It's
food, right?
Yeah, it's food. And it's meat.
Yeah, but sometimes sleeping is very important to eat nowadays.
Yeah. There they are.
Unfortunately.
Oh, look. Green tea kitchen. Just a giant menu of stuff. The Nighthawks game is happening right now.
In fact, it's probably mostly over, and I'm going to be doing... I'm going to be the dumb one, and I'm going to check to see if anybody's updating score.
Sitting up at his desk area.
Oh my God, Portland. Ah! Portland at sunset. Why you must be so pretty? Why? I understand whenever I drive by on this bridge sometimes why people want to move here. By the way, this is in reference to like earlier when I was driving, when I showed you guys the Fremont Bridge. This is a Fremont Bridge. That's the US Bank Tower right there in the center. When I was like peeking around for it, yeah. Now you kind of got an idea how far away from downtown I actually was. Eek. Morning, morning, sunburn morning. It's better there. It's there too. I mean, you can just see the difference between those. But there's a defined line right there. And I already started up my music, and I was like, wait a second, monetization. Even though it's Lindsay Sterling. Elements right now. As you guys remember, the car registered 100 at various times. Now, when the car registers 100, that says something. Yeah, it is currently 65 degrees outside. Looking ahead, notice it'll be cooler tomorrow. Okay, hourly. 98 by 4 o'clock. Spacing out. Coming down. I tend to do that. In case nobody noticed. It's not like I prance around and state that I'm acting on board sometimes. It's usually an after effect. I always like the import players from Germany. Like, I always find their videos in the morning because they upload overnight. Because it is currently, there's no clock over there. 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, it gives them time to upload. And I'm not sure what time they actually upload. So it might be the fact that they finish their vlog for the day and then move and then like edit overnight, and then say if they don't have Wi-Fi at their place, like Silas goes to the Frankfurt Library and he just uploads on their speedy wireless. So he might have to wait till he gets later in the day. Like, I don't know when these show up in my subscription box. They're just pleasantly there in the morning. But the Unicorns beat the Universe last night. So Nick Alfieri's team beat Silas's team. And I was just wondering if there were going to be vlogs about that. And there might be. I think Silas is a day behind, which typical vloggers are. Because they get in the entire day, not just the morning. I thought about doing that at one point, and then I started the 2 segments of Trek Tuesday, and then, well, like Trek Tuesday used to be pretty pre-recorded because I was just talking about something in Star Trek. So if I could do it Monday afternoon while we can, anyways, the format of this channel has been a little funky. But once I had those defined days, I really couldn't do what I couldn't really do that. Because you'd get a Tuesday video and a Tuesday video, and then nothing Wednesday, and then Thursday, and then Friday, and then the one take that's on Friday, and then nothing on Saturday and Sunday, nothing on Monday. And you see how things just aren't working right. So this one works well for now. If Aaron and I get split by time zones again, things get weird, because like when he was in Turkey, we were always watching his day after, because he was 10 hours ahead. So like I would be waking up and putting him to bed, and he would have uploaded the stuff that he already did through that day while I was sleeping, because I'd wake him up before I'd go to bed. So that's that. I'm gonna sit down and play Star Trek, get up into the 700s of 1,000 on that thing maybe. Oh, the dance party's going on right now. Damn it. I need to take pills and all that stuff. Also, weird, the top of my elbow, that little bend right there, see where that kind of muscle pops out? That's sunburned too.
on both arms. I'll get this better than I know you guys can see it. Yeah, it's like, it's not showing it. So I can't really see that little crest right there. These brewing, I gotta take those, and I'm gonna play Star Trek, and we're gonna go off to mod. A raid popped up down over at Edge, and it's a Lapras, so we're gonna go down there and see if we can spin, get our key, and whatnot, and then try to do the raid while we're down there, because neither of us have a Lapras. And it's sort of like, we've seen people putting Labrases on gyms for, well, technically the last year, and like, where are you people finding this thing? Like, it's a fucking mystery miracle. I'm not putting too much terrible faith in it, because when we tried to do the Venusaur yesterday, we couldn't catch it at all with, on Friday, we couldn't catch it at all with the white balls that it gave us, but you can't use the white ball, you can't use any other things.
Yeah.
And I was even using my berries on it too. But anyways, so you got like 17 and a half minutes, and well, it's Edge. It takes me about 2 minutes, 5 minutes to walk there. We'll see how that thing goes. Probably see you guys next at Mod. So Friday, we had a lady that sat next to us at Red Robin. She was on her lunch break and only had a small amount of time, and her burger came out bad. And so she couldn't get it replaced because she's on lunch break, couldn't do anything. I mean, I kind of felt bad for her. I didn't really want to engage because she already seemed like she was having a bad time. And I'm only bringing this up because she's sitting in there at Mod. Oh. And I'm like, wow. It just was like, kind of seeing the same people.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So we got to get to gas. Got to get to Freddy's at least.
Yeah.
The thing's been blinking on gas. We're technically we're 1 mile away from having, using up 10 gallons according to that thing. But I told Aaron, I was like, I've been riding around on like 45 miles per gallon all week, both weeks. And we didn't go anywhere, really, so we didn't fill up last week. That's why we have like 400 fuel points right now.
Yeah.
And I thought, might as well just shave another 10 gallons off, because if we can get 2 Freddy's, then we can shop. And then we can get gas and get 50 cents off.
Yeah.
Which will put us below $2 if I checked. And this is going to fill the tank a lot, considering we've been driving around a lot. Please get fuel. So, yep. So we're in here, Freddy's, and I realized that a lot of people are in here like getting ice and whatnot, and they've got like an end cap of Mike's Hard Lemonade, and I'm like, stay cool, drink lemonade in the hot summer, and then get drunk. Even though if you can get drunk off Mike's Hard Lemonade, you need to evaluate something.
What?
Just, if you can get drunk off like 2 or 3 of them, I can get drunk off Mike's Hard Lemonade, like 12.
Yeah.
But then I just was like, going over the cart and I saw this one. And I understand how it's pronounced. And I'm like, pre-vegan. Oh no, pre-vagin. Pre-vaginal? I know it's Prevagen. I know it's Prevagen, but I still,
Yeah.
because it's prevent aging, because it's a memory supplement. So it's PREVAGEN, and it's pronounced Prev to prevent aging, a gen. But if you kind of put the different terms, you've got pre-vagin, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes people need to really look at their take a look at good marketing. Well, it's 99 degrees outside, according to AccuWeather, with a real fill that's bouncing between 102 and 103. So probably not the best idea to go outside, although sun protection is still to an extent needed, but it's not nearly as bad as going out in the middle of the day. We've already watched our Doctor Who, where we have Cybermen. So my question is, are we actually having a double time thing? Missy is the master?
Yes.
Just a future regeneration?
I think so.
Okay. Because the master, to an extent until Missy, has been, to me, so absent But everyone's like, oh, it's the Master. But until Missy came in, the Master was like...
He's a big deal, but he's not super present.
It's sort of like up until Voyager, the Borg were not that big a deal. Even though there was a movie about them and several Next Generation episodes about them. But they were never really brought up in Deep Space Nine. But it's just like, see, to me it's like with the other powers in like Star Trek, you can bring up the Romulans and say, well... The Romulan bastards coming in, we know how they love their secrecy as an offline somewhere because they basically, you know, as, I don't want to say like offline online, but like just a background thing as like an out for a character to get out of the scene. Like Miles could get out of the scene. I have to put in those, I have to block out the cameras because we know how the Romulan ambassadors love their secrecy, and he could just exit stage left. And you get the general idea that the Romulans are a very secretive, very private, very paranoid species. But they didn't do that with me about the Master. It was just sort of like, here's an episode about the Master. 7 episodes, not a damn mention of him. Now we have Missy, and so I'm getting an idea of it, like, season 12. But everyone's just like, oh, I know everything about the Master. And I'm like, how?
Lots of people who watch Doctor Who watch all of it. Like, obsessively.
Much more often than I've watched Babylon 5?
At least 3 times as often.
Which is saying something. It's really saying something, considering I think I've watched the entire series of Babylon 5 times. 4 times. Plus reruns that happen to be on television at the time.
Yeah.
Aaron's laying down sort of...
Because it's hot.
It's colder on the ground.
Not much.
All I need to do is basically put a tank...
Tomatoes.
Yes. I was waiting for his brain to fish that back up because we already planned what we were doing for dinner because it's air conditioned. Well, there's bread. There's also like soups that are like minestrone. I don't have to load up on bread because while their bread is tasty, I understand. There's cold ice cream afterwards. It's that perfect soft serve that Aaron just loves or whatever he likes to call it. And then they've got salad.
That's exactly what I like to call it.
Oh, okay. It just seems a very strange way. I don't know, but and they've got soups for low calorie stuff, so we can try to lose weight. At least, and then the salad at the beginning, but it'll get us out of the house because the house, the apartment, the home, the domicile is stuffy. We have a fan going, but that's just recirculating stuffy.
Although it does help.
Okay.
At least a little.
It helps you. People turn on fans, and unless it's like drastically cooling something down by moving a lot of air, I don't. And this is moving a lot of air, but it just doesn't feel any colder in here than if we didn't have the fan on.
Are you doing that thing where you split timelines and live both?
What?
It was off, and then we turned it on. You can't know how it would feel right now if it weren't on.
Yeah.
I think it would probably be warmer feeling.
Yeah, I know how it would feel if we didn't have the fan on. Because that was yesterday.
It is hotter today than it was yesterday, so if it feels today like it did yesterday, that's because of the fan.
Well, also, we were also at Mom's house at the time, but when we came home, it still felt stuffy. The heat doesn't bother me, really. I'm not hot in here. I'm stuffy in here. See? He doesn't get it.
I kind of do.
Morning. We suddenly got into a really dark part of the conversation because we were talking about evolution and really tall people and like giants and stuff. And then I was talking about like sometimes, and I was getting to the point where it was like sometimes humans do really stupid things. We can't save everyone. It doesn't happen in nature. If one sheep walks into an electric fence and like cooks its fur or hair or whatever and lies down there and smolders to death, the rest of the sheep aren't going to do it, but the rest of the sheep aren't going to try to save that one sheep. They're not going to go over there and try to put the fire out. They're also really dumb, and I get it, but yeah. So topic change from things that are less morbid. Far less more. Two something less more. Anyway, not working the words correctly. About Pokemon. So, the ring around the gyms, as I stated on Thursday, is not a daily, it's not a, oh, here's how to see when it's a weekly bonus experience.
Worth 200.
Worth 200. In terms of, also, other thing with Pokemon is that Aaron and I, our philosophy on life caused a little bit of a fight in how we do Pokemon raids. So we went to Friday, we went to the Beaverton Interactivator, and that's a gym, yada yada, and we got it done because there was like 15 bajillion other people there. Understandable.
We probably had 2 raids.
Yeah, I'm saying there's a lot of people there.
Yeah.
So the first raid went off without hitch. The second one, when we got all the way up to Vancouver, going to Mom's house, we tried to do a raid, and there was nobody else there, and it was just him and I. That was a 4-star one?
I don't
3.
know the stars, but it was like 20K.
Yeah, it was like 20K something. And we had passed many other ones, and I was being like, well, I don't want a Bayleaf. Bayleafs are easy. I can tell this. You know, let's try to do something that's actually like an interesting Pokemon. Well, we didn't do that one, and we had to get to Mom's house, so we didn't retry, but we really flunked that one.
Yeah.
So, yesterday, we went down to Edge because there was one starting in like 15 minutes. Or it was almost done in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
This also taught another lesson. What I'll get to. We got down there and someone else showed up, and we tried to 3-man a 4-star or whatever.
Again, don't know.
But it didn't work out. The 3 of us got it down about halfway. And they're like, you gonna try again? I'm like, no, I ran face first into that raid boss and it fucking killed us. And I'm just like, I don't, and besides, like I said, it was almost over, so even so, if I got all my stuff healed up, it would have been like, I would have gotten maybe one more try at it.
Yeah.
And I was like, meh. So, how this affects, or how this is garnered by our philosophy, is the fact that, just like in WoW, Aaron will do normals, we'll do normals, we'll do normals, we'll do normals, we'll do normals, maybe do heroic, okay, no, normal, heroic, okay, that's not that bad, okay, and I'm just like, fucking give me mythics, and I'm just gonna run headstrong into something that's really hard and keep bashing my head into it, and I'll do harder things to push myself forward, rather than sort of creep forward and inch forward in difficulty. That's how this happened, because we lost 2 that we probably could have waited a little bit and done something easier and gotten rewards out of it.
We passed the easier ones getting to the harder one.
Yes, that's what I get that. But that's the thing is, don't just go with the first one that's the easy one, because that doesn't necessarily, if we would have won the one, it would have been great. I'm much more of a risk taker, especially in video games.
Yeah.
And so that's what I say, our little philosophies. I'm much more of a risk taker in video games than you.
Yeah, I much prefer to not take as much of a risk and not get as much of a reward. Besides, I still need a Bayleaf.
Oh.
Yeah.
I figured he'd been catching all the like jabillion Chikorritas around.
Oh, I did. Wait, is Bayleaf 2 or 3?
2.
Oh, I need the 3.
Germanium. Or whatever. I call him Pistolsaurus. So despite the clouds, it is like 70 degrees out this morning.
It's
No.
like 68.
68, whatever. I've lost track of the temperature.
He's
Because,
not sweating, so it must only be 70.
well, the thing is my weather apps are not consistently updating. I have to actually physically open up the app, the notifications aren't updating. This is why I'm like, I'm kind of looking forward to this phone upgrade.
Walking back sucks.
Because, I mean, part of it is because my screen's cracked and it'll help with this screen crack, but what it will probably, but hopefully, because what could possibly fix this phone is a complete factory reset and see if that fixes things.
Yeah.
But
But somebody doesn't want to do that.
considering we have an option to upgrade the phone soon. If we did not have an option to do it until December, I'd really consider it. But it's not something I really want to do because, unlike you, I don't like having to set up all the apps all over again and put them all in their correct spot that they were previously.
I don't like that either. I like it a whole lot better than having a phone that doesn't work. Again, difference in philosophy.
But 3.5 years ago, we kind of picked up our life and we moved out towards Portland, Oregon.
Listening to what that lady said, it reminds me of like all the guys that were in that flag meetup, like haven't lived here for more than 5 years. I'm like, what? It just shocks me that people, like, I see all the memes, don't move to Portland. I see all this stuff, but it just still shocks me that people do from all over the country, they move here.
Yeah. I mean, as much as I want people not to move to Portland and drive up print prices and all of that, it's a great place to live.
Yeah, but it's weird because, not with those guys, but other people that have moved here from out of state, out of time zone, think of themselves as like much more knowledgeable about Portland than the natives. And I'm like, why would you think that? Well, I moved here. You live here.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here thinking like, did you not have the kind of information about your hometown? Wherever you're from? Like, you moved here from Tennessee. Did you not know that much about Tennessee, but you know more about Portland? Like, what's the deal with that? Extrapolate this to yourself. Did you?
Yeah.
And I understand that if you live somewhere, you know, by and large, you may not research it because you live there. Whereas if you're moving someplace, you put in a little bit more effort to understand its area. I get that. But anyways, I think, wow, 7.5 hours left. I've probably got a lot of footage on here I got to edit.
Probably.
So,
Bye.